home, honey. Hey, don't scare the kiddo. He hates loud noises. Remember? Well, if knocking on the door is too much, I don't exactly have many other good options, do I? All right. Tell me what's worse. Losing it over me coming in through the window, or breaking down a door? Because if that's the hill you're going to die on, you need to pick your poison. All I'm saying is, if I had a spare key, it would solve every one of your problems. Even after everything I've done to get on your good side, is it so hard to imagine that I wouldn't come in for nefarious purposes? Look, I couldn't steal your first kiss, or your first time, when you gave those up willingly. And there is nothing in here I can't easily nab without having to resort to ransoms. So try again. Well, I don't know what your definition of nefarious might be when the line between what your preferences are and outright violence is microscopic. At this point, I wouldn't even be surprised if you were asking for forced entry. Oh, you don't have to lie. No one in your life is going to care what you're into. Except me. For obvious reasons. I hate to break it to you, but no one else is going to actively pursue the picky single mom who happens to take an interest in bad boys. And honestly, that works out for me. Come on, you get what you want, and I'm the perfect deterrent to all the awful people who would want to cause you and your kiddo trouble. Oh? Well, if you don't want me around, I guess I'll just keep all these groceries that you asked me to get for you. It's perfectly fine with me. There's a few targets with kids who'd probably appreciate a donation. You can't have it both ways, Mama Bear. I'm not a free delivery service. I take kisses and I love yous as payments, by the way. Whichever is more sincere. I was kind of hoping for an I love you that time, but that was serviceable. Well, I know you love my money at least. Probably helps you sleep better at night knowing that you're not drowning in debt from all these expenses. A baby formula doesn't exactly come cheap, This stuff cost me a day's worth of honest work. Yeah, and you wonder why some of us prefer alternative methods of procurement. Look, maybe your old buddies would be a lot more productive as heroes if they spent more time trying to give you more than I can, instead of wasting their time stopping shoplifters from feeding their families. Just so they can meet those quotas. They have plenty of time to work on themselves. I've been a good boy recently, and I plan to keep it that way for a while. Of course. I paid for this formula with my own money. I got the good stuff, too. Gerber. Not any of that Similac stuff. Okay, what did I do wrong this time? Because honestly, I'm kind of starting to think that you're just coming up with excuses to pick fights with me. And there's only so many times in a day where we can do the whole wrestling thing. Fine, whatever. What's your deal then? Really? Do I have to be the one that burst your bubbles about Similac? Oh, I know the formulas are different. Believe me, at this point I probably have a more intimate knowledge of them than a 4-time mother. Would you believe me if I told you that babies like the taste of this one over the flavor that you asked me to get? Come on, why does it matter how expensive it is? You're not the one paying for it. Well, my son is bound to have expensive tastes. It's in his blood. If he wants to keep up his luxurious lifestyle, he has to have a perfect role model for it. Not a good role model? Oh, come on. You know what I'll say to that. That you shouldn't be preventing some future nice young lady from having the same electrifying romantic experience that you were treated to. So let your son have some fun. Regardless of the choices he makes later down the line, I at least want to give him the resources to have them in the first place. It's what any kid needs, right? It's the least I can do for missing out in his first few months. Yeah. So how about you believe me when I say that I got him something a little bit more expensive so I could spoil him? Possibly make it up to him a little. Well, it'd be about half wrong. Because honestly, I couldn't find the flavor that you wanted anywhere. Yeah, out of stock in every store for the foreseeable future. And I don't know about you, but I love the kiddo enough to make sure he gets fed with whatever is available. And you know what the best part is? He's even old enough to start eating proper food. So you don't have to resort to villainy to accommodate his expensive tastes. Assuming you end up deciding to lock me out. Yeah, proper baby food. As in, made from scratch baby food instead of this pre-made crap. You seem to forget that I babysat a lot of millionaire kids. While I was waiting for their parents to be willing to fork over my salary. They're the kind of kids that get their own private chefs, who know how to work around picky eating. I think you should at least marginally trust that I know what I'm doing here. All right, well, why don't you come over here and watch? I'll show you the best technique for perfect consistency. Just, make sure to cover the kids' ears. Well, you gotta protect them from all the scratchy sounds, you know? Exactly. All right, so to better contextualize this, imagine these fruits are our heroes. And in order to make sure that they bend to our will and change to meet our preferences, first, we have to turn up the heat and fine. Look, if you want a better analogy, you're the fruit. And we have to butter you up so it's easier to peel off your... Okay. Just don't drop them if you're planning to throw hands against me. Well, at least you're going to remember it now. Look how smooth this is. Yeah, it just needs to cool off a little before we give it to our little taste tester. There we go. Not too hot, not too cold. Just right. Okay, little guy. Open wide. Here comes the plane with all the heroes on it. Ah! Ah, God, you're no fun. Because it's not violent when it's not real. Hey, as long as it gets him to eat, you do whatever needs to be done. Yeah, and he ate the whole thing. So clearly, it works. That's good, right? You want some more? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Look at you. You ate some grown-up food. I'm so proud of you. I'm just happy I didn't get to miss this. I missed so many firsts as it is. I don't want to miss anymore. I don't know if I could miss his first birthday or his first words when he takes that first step. All that stuff. Maybe my reputation has saved me from having to miss any time so far. The justice system is just too scared to tell me no. No. I wasn't going to fight you for custody. My life is pretty dangerous with the sort of people I deal with. Not just the heroes. I do deal with a fair amount of kids, but I'd argue they're still in danger. If their parents decide that they're not worth paying up, what happens with those kids? I'm not saying I'd hurt a kid, but when they find out that their parent wouldn't do everything possible to be with them again, it really messes you up. And that sort of thing's not going to happen to my son. I'll keep coming through these windows and demanding others pay my salary for his sake. I don't mind putting myself in danger for him. Oh? Now when did you start caring about what happens to me? My work's been dangerous from the start. That was never an issue with you before. I mean, otherwise this little guy wouldn't even be here right now. I don't know. If anything, I think it's what got you coming back for more. So, if something bad happens to me, are you going to miss the support? Or me? Both, maybe. Do you need me that badly? Well, I think you do. You've been looking a lot better since I've started coming by. You no longer have those dark circles under your eyes. So clearly, someone is getting a good night's rest. Oh, you're not fooling anyone, especially not me. It doesn't matter if you won't admit it anyway. Someone clearly needs me. And it's this little guy right here. Oh, I know. Of course I'll keep coming by for you. I'm glad you think so too. You should ask your mommy to let me see you more often. Oh, you heard the man. You can't argue with that. Of course that's what he said. Look, I'm pretty fluent in baby talk, so I'm right. I'm also fluent in stubbornness and sarcasm, so you'll never have to worry about me not understanding you. Well, I understand that you've been doing a lot better with some help in your life. I'm glad you're honest about that. Yeah, it's no trouble for me. Hmm? You already paid me for today, but I wouldn't complain if I got another one. One of those two. Either works for me. I love you too. I know that's what you mean by that. Even if you're not going to say it out loud. Oh, well then what does it mean? Thank you. Please keep coming by. Here's my payment for the next time I need you. Well, I mean, I'm fine taking advance payments. And not just for that either. Maybe like a bigger house for the three of us? Or the four of us? It could be 5. You know, I love my own personal organization. And I trust my own family with delicate matters over some strangers. Oh yeah, all the best organizations have at least 10 or more, so... Okay. Baby steps. You lost round 1 at least. So, we're getting somewhere. Never-ending fight goes on until we're a happy family, obviously. Unless you had other plans. Oh, we can save the violence for adult time, if that's what you prefer. Yeah, well, that's what made me love you in the first place. Just wish you would trust me with a key. That's too bad. You've got a window in your room, right? Well, then I guess I'll know I'll be using next time. Oh, for lots of midnight cuddles, obviously. I hope you weren't thinking I would stress you out even more with another kid so soon. Look, I'm not that evil. I have some standards. Well, my standards are that Mama Bear deserves some tender, loving care for all the hard work she does. Of course. So let me take care of you too.